Welcome to the Tom Bernard Show with
Andy Brant Bernard.
And Kristyn Burtt.
Alex. Alex is not here. She's here tomorrow. Or no, wait, Friday. Excuse me.
Friday.
Yeah, she's on Friday. Catherine's not here because she had to take Judy to the vet. Judy is 13 years old now, and, you know.
It is what it is.
We were just talking about that whole deal, but that's
sure is what it is, Andy.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The empathy, jeez.
I mean, he's been just constantly sick for his entire life. It's hard to take it seriously at this point.
Oh, it's a baby. No,
very sweet.
We have lots of thoughts and good wishes to send to Judy.
Yeah, Andy. What do you think of that? Okay, I have to. First of all, I need to say, Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. This is for both of you and all of our listeners as well. When are they going to redial AI so they don't say things like the following?
Uh-oh.
They're showing scenes from I Love Lucy. And, of course, all of the narration now is AI, right? I mean, pretty much all of it.
Yep.
So Catherine and I are watching this, and the narrator, again, and I'm sure it's AI, it has to be, the narrator says, "The Lucille Ball show was quite a hit with her husband, Desi Arnaz."
Oh, no.
Desi Arnaz. Yeah, that's his name. Desi Arnaz, Desi Arnaz, you know.
I know, it's like, couldn't you listen to what you produce
Right.
to make sure that, and if that sort of thing happens, do a second take or something like that? It's like no human actually is involved in the creation of these things, it seems like.
Yeah.
Were you watching on YouTube?
Was I watching?
Watches it.
Yeah, because I was going to say, YouTube is ripe with a lot of AI, and figuring that was AI.
Unfortunately.
That stuff is, it's a big deal. There's no question about that. But in any case, I just, Desi Arnaz. Really?
Close enough.
I'm pretty sure it's not Desi Arnaz, but other than that, not a big deal. So what's going on in Hollywood?
I have good news for you.
Marlon Brando came back. Oh, I know. That's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's back, so you can go watch it on Apple TV, which is no longer Apple TV Plus, by the way. They dropped the Plus. It is now just Apple TV.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they rebranded themselves. So
rebranding, well, they probably
which is weird because it's a platform, but it is also hardware. You can get an Apple TV.
Yep.
As
Box
hardware
or whatever.
So there you have it. So tonight. God, Pomeroy, I really did like that show last year. It was Carol Burnett is my hero. She just is. I love her. She's been on. I told you about that one time that she was on the show, and it just happened to be on my father-in-law's birthday. So she spent time talking, sending a message to Don. Hi, Don. It's Carol Burnett. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. She was so sweet. I love that woman. She's 90, isn't she?
She's not. Yeah, she's in her 90s, and I just saw her at an event last week. Last week it was. She looks great. She looks great.
Wonderful.
She's moving well too. At 90, you figure, maybe she's slowed down a little bit, but let me tell you, she's got a lot of pep in her step.
I hope one day I'm the age where moving around is considered like above and beyond. He's still walking. He's doing great.
It all works out in the end, but no, I don't know. I do like YouTube because you can just go away whenever you feel like it. If you go, I don't really care for the story, just move on, right?
I love all the videos that you've discovered. It is like you are a Gen Z, generation person who is just like enjoying all of the videos because that's what everyone's watching.
Yeah.
Alpha Gen, Gen Z, they're all watching YouTube. It is the #1 platform for them, and I love that you fall down the rabbit hole.
I do fall down a lot of rabbit holes, and throughout my life, let's look back. No, let's not. What do you say?
Do you Google your name on YouTube? Because I'm sure there's a bunch of clips.
Oh, they pop up all the time.
Oh, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. Well, I mean, we've got our show and the various shows he's been part of, and then the interviews and stuff.
37 years of the KQ Morning Show. There's a lot to play, I guess.
I mean, I have enough video just from all the years I've done interviews and red carpets, and every time someone passes away, I Google my name with the celebrity to think, did I interview them? Because I don't remember every single person I've interviewed. It just becomes a huge blur after a while.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of funny because I do remember a lot of them, but the two that stick in my head the most are Carol Burnett and Jane Fonda. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? That there would be two women. Carol Burnett, I've always loved her anyway, and then Jane Fonda's always been. I know a lot of people don't like her politics and all. Let me ask you guys a question. You got somebody way far left, you got somebody way far right, you got somebody left, you got somebody right, and then you got the center. Why do I care where you come in politically? You're one person, you're not going to change an election. Why do people get so angry about politics now?
I mean,
anyone?
I think people have always gotten angry about politics.
They have.
Yeah,
Hence all the genocides and such.
Yeah, and since the introduction of social media, I think
Yes,
the megaphone is bigger. I think that's what it is, and I think it was easier to avoid in the pre-social media days. That's all.
No question. I think you're absolutely right. But again, my mother, I talked to her many, many years ago about this when I was a teenager, because when I was around 16, I was pissed off at the world, and I had quit high school, and then I went back and tested and graduated and all that stuff. But my mother always used to talk to me about, Tom, why do you want to be angry all the time? And I was kind of like, at 16 years old, I had no idea what the hell she was even talking about. But, it just, something you end up dealing with, I guess. That's just how it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to be angry if you don't agree with everything. It's just how you handle your anger. That's all. Yeah.
But it just it fascinates me, because I've had political groups come after me big time, as you know, and I don't know why the hell they thought that was a great idea, but they had to do it. I just don't understand how you can get that far into politics that you actually hate someone over their politics. I don't hate anybody. I wouldn't waste my time hating anybody,
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the decisions being made by politicians in general are really poor for the country overall. But I mean, there's only so much I can do. I can vote, I can call my Congress people and call my governor's office, but there's not a lot we can do either. That's the other issue. It's like how, other than try and vote them out, but.
Do you think we'll ever get to the point where people will not be fascinated by money and anger? That's a very, very tough combination there. You're angry and you're wealthy. Ooh, that's very dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, we're in a really unique time where you have billionaires aligning with the current administration, and that has allowed great access and incredible tax cuts for corporations and for billionaires which is why I keep saying, I'm like, the fight isn't left right. The fight is top bottom.
You're absolutely right.
And until people shift their mindset, we're never going to get anywhere in this country.
No,
I don't know.
You're absolutely right. There's no question about that. And it goes back, I don't know, maybe it goes back all the way to Teddy Roosevelt, the last time we had an honest president. That's a possibility.
Maybe Carter wasn't as effective, but I do think he was an honest person.
He's a very nice man. I got a chance to get to know him a little bit because he's a really good friend with a good friend of mine. He was very, very nice. Very smart guy. I don't know if he knew a lot about politics, but very nice guy. We lived through it. I know that. That's the other part of it that I like to say, hey, we got through it. It all works out to me.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's, but it seems right now that people are relishing and enjoying extreme anger now. Why is that? When I'm extremely angry, you don't want to come anywhere near me because I'm a psychopath when I get really pissed off.
It is interesting how many people seem to have nothing going on in their lives except being mad all the time about everything.
Very good point, Andy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
always mad.
I get being upset about certain things, but I mean, you look at some people's social media, and it's literally all they do is just be mad all day.
Yep.
And they tweet 100,000 times over and over about how mad they are. And it's like, you got to have something else going on in your life.
Yeah.
You would think so.
Yeah, it's like, get off social media, get out there. And because, I mean, if you just fall down the rabbit hole of the news feed's pretty bad. It's just, it's not great. And it's not healthy for us to be so dialed in all the time. I mean, if that's your job and you're a politician or you're a political reporter, that's one thing. But oftentimes you'll just go mad with everything that's happening.
Right. One of the reasons I brought this up is because of the fact that if they really do go after Chuck Schumer like they're talking, this is going to get filthy. I just, oh my God, I hate it when these politicians are puking up hate every time they appear on television.
I think
You know
we
what I
should
mean?
just impeach every politician every year,
Yeah,
just to get everyone's bloodlust out. It's like a purge,
Exactly.
but for politicians. Purge them all, and then there you go. Now everyone can be.
We need to just start over. Like nobody in office. I don't care
Yeah.
what side.
I know, honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Just
wipe the slate clean.
Yep, get rid of them all and just redo it.
Well, it's the money. It's all about access to the money.
Yeah.
I use that example all the time. I'm watching that video of this woman trying to buy a car, and they didn't think she had enough money to buy a car because it was like $200,000.
quite
Turned
the
out
car.
to be a politician's wife. She called her husband, and he came pulling up in a Rolls Royce. I'm like, what?
I do wonder if it would be possible to have some sort of like political running fund. It's a public thing, and everyone who runs for Senate gets so many dollars, and
Yeah.
everyone who runs for Congress gets so many dollars, or
Yeah, good
something
call.
like that. I don't know.
I like that call. It's a
Or
good
just like
call.
have a cap. Have a cap of like,
Yep.
$1 million for each run. And if you raise more than that, then you go to prison forever.
There it is.
Private donation is dirty too. If you start following the
God.
trail,
That's
it's
what
so
I'm
dirty.
saying is,
yeah, it's
you-
so dirty.
There
Yep.
need to be caps on these things, so it's not just about who can raise $20 million for the best ad campaign. Because that's
Yeah, I
really
mean-
what it's all about. The correlation is strongest with how much they spend on their campaign.
Yeah.
By far.
One of
And
the
you
other-
need hundreds of millions to run, not even 20 million.
Oh,
That
yeah.
won't get you
Oh, yeah.
elected.
It depends, yeah, depending on the seat. Yeah, like for senators, they're raising tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Presidents are hundreds, maybe even billions.
Governor. I mean, look how much money was spent in the New York mayoral race. That was a lot
Oh,
of
God,
money.
yes.
Yeah,
And-
Mamdani by himself, I think, raised $16 million that we know of. So combine all three of the big ones there. That's probably $50 million between the three of them.
I mean, Curtis Sliwa was offered 10 million to exit the race.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched an interview
It's
with him
insane.
yesterday. I find him wildly entertaining because he's such
He's
a
nuts.
hardcore New Yorker. He
He
lives with
is.
18 cats and his wife because she's an animal rescue. But
thank
I
you.
mean, but he's so. The thing is I know he's just speaking his truth, and he was talking about because his wife is also a lawyer, and she's like, you can't even entertain these conversations about being offered $10 million to exit the race. So she's like, you just need to like come out and say what's happening, and that way at least like the people who are offering you the money to exit will back off because you could find yourself in legal issues
Yeah.
with if you keep entertaining these conversations.
Right, right. All right, let's say that I'm going to stay up tonight. I'm going to watch television. What is there to watch on a Wednesday night?
You're gonna watch
Palm Royale. Definitely watch Palm
You're
Royale.
gonna watch Palm Royale. The new Eddie Murphy documentary is out, and he dishes lots of good stories. That is on Netflix, all about his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a wild story about Yul Brynner trying to offer him a threesome with his wife.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. What is with Hollywood and the threesome deal?
Great
I
question.
just think that's Yul Brynner, like the king and I. Like,
Yeah, Yul Brynner. Yeah, there you go. What a dashing man he was.
shall we dance? Like,
just-
he wants to
God.
dance
Well,
in the sheets. Clearly,
When was Eddie Murphy born? He's not terribly old.
he's in his 60s. I'm gonna say.
He was born in 61. Yul Brynner was born in 1920. So there's a bit
Yul
of an
Brynner
age
died
gap
at
there.
65.
Yeah,
I believe
in,
of lung
in
cancer.
1985.
Yep.
At 65 of lung cancer, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
from
he's been.
smoking.
So it's like, I don't know, you're going after this guy who's 41 years younger than you.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah, according to the story, Yul Brynner approached him at his 21st birthday party at Studio 54, which will make all of the sense in the world because everyone knows that nothing,
Yeah.
nothing clean happened at Studio 54.
That is for sure, no question about it. That story just doesn't go away, does it? That is, man, that's nasty. You know, knocking women down and kicking them when they're down, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
What
What?
are you talking about?
Who were you talking about?
Eddie Murphy once again. Was it Eddie? No, it's not Eddie Murphy. It was what's his name? The guy that thinks he's a big time rap star and he's the boss. He calls himself.
Oh,
like
you're
the-
thinking of P. Diddy.
P. Diddy. That's exactly what I'm
Diddy,
thinking of.
yeah.
I try to keep that
Eddie,
stuff out of my
Diddy,
brain because he's too
same thing.
filthy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in jail. He's behind bars right now, Diddy.
He got what, 4.5 years?
Something like that.
Not a
I mean,
ton.
Not a
He got
ton, yeah.
off easy.
He did. He absolutely did.
he
No question.
really
Nice,
did.
Nice lesson for the world out there, isn't it? You can do whatever you want. We'll make sure you're taken care
That's
of.
why women get frustrated because
Yeah.
it's why
Yep.
women rarely come forward on sexual assault, domestic violence, because a
Yep.
lot of times they're not believed or people are put behind bars for such a short time and then you have to worry about it on the flip side. And this actually reminds me, I tomorrow on Paramount Plus, Eva LaRue, who used to be on CSI Miami, I did an interview with her last week about this, but she endured a 12-year ordeal with a stalker that started when she was on CSI Miami, and were not able to catch him until 2019. And he started out stalking her, but then he turned his focus to her daughter, who was a teenager at the time.
God.
And to the point that he was like calling this girl, her daughter's school, and saying like, and pretending to be her dad and saying like, I'm going to come pick you up. And the school is like, oh, okay, great. Hey, Kaya, your dad's going to pick you up today. And it wasn't her dad. It was the stalker.
Oh, Jesus.
But when all was said and done, when they finally caught this guy, he got like 3.5 years, even though he stalked her for 12 years and caused all that trauma. It very rarely favors the victim. That's what's crazy.
No, that's very, very true. What have they ever discovered? What causes a man to get that weird and nasty and nuts?
Well, it's interesting because she started out in daytime soaps. She started out on All My Children, and that's where his fixation somehow started, and then followed her. But he didn't become weirdly obsessed until CSI Miami. And then just continued on. And he called himself Freddy Krueger. They didn't know who he was. It finally took a breakthrough in DNA for them to actually figure out who the guy was because they started using 23andMe. So anyone who's done anything wrong, and he hadn't donated his DNA to 23andMe, but a lot of his relatives had, and then they were finally able to narrow it down. Yep.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
It's a fascinating tale. It's on tomorrow on Paramount Plus. It's called My Nightmare Stalker, the Eva LaRue story, and it's a 2-part docuseries.
That amazes me. But look, I can sit here. Thank God she's not here to listen to this and all the rest of it. But when I met Catherine all those years ago, 45 years ago, I said, my God, this is a stunningly beautiful woman. And she's got a personality and she's funny. And then she was writing an essay on something. And she asked me if she could interview me. She did. We've stayed together for 45 years since then. Every day when I wake up, I go, my God, I got Andy, I got Alex, I got the grandkids, I got Catherine. How the hell did I ever get this lucky? Do people not do that?
Well, people are mentally ill. Mentally ill. I mean, anyone who's stalking on that level and then, turning your attention to a 12-year-old girl, I think at the time, you're off. And, Margaret's talking about, she said, I hear stalker and can't stop thinking about Rebecca Schaefer. That was probably one of the most famous Hollywood stalking cases and really changed California law because of it. Do you remember the Rebecca Schaefer case?
Yeah.
No, I was too young. I was 3 when she died, so...
Yeah, that was a really scary case. I mean, because her stalker came right up to her doorstep, and I think a lot of celebrities still lived in that bubble of oh, everything's fine, even though I'm famous. And the guy shot her at her doorstep. And, I think then people started realizing, oh, I actually need to live in a gated community. I actually need security. I need to not list my... Because I think he found her out of the white pages back in the day when we had phone books.
I'm really glad that's not out there anymore, by the way. Those white pages, no thank you.
Yeah.
You don't get my number.
And Eva LaRue even talks about this, about, purchasing property and making sure that it was in an LLC, because a lot of people in the public eye just go, okay, I'm going to buy my house. It's fine. But it's public record. You really need to be purchasing property under an LLC.
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, I don't know, people have come after me and tried to blame things on me and say that I did things that I never did because they think it's great, somebody's got a big name. If I can harm them, that makes me a big deal.
Yeah, doxing on social media is very common.
Oh, God, it's just hideous. I mean, why you'd want to do that to another person, I'll never understand. But that's just the way it is. And thank God it's been long enough now that people don't ask me about that. They used to come up to me and go, did you really do that? And I said, no, I didn't really do that. What the hell are you asking me that for? But why is it that if you're successful, there are people out there that have to come after you and try to harm you. And I mean harm you, not just ding you a little bit. Why do they want to do that? Does it make them feel better because they failed or something?
I mean, I always think it says something about them versus you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
even
yeah.
if I don't like what someone says on social media, I just scroll on by. I'm like, okay, you know, or you
Exactly.
block them or you mute them. That's fine. But unfortunately, you know, these days people just want to come after people. But I
Yeah.
just think people in general are angry. The world
Yeah.
is not going
Yep.
well for you know, a lot of people, and it's hard. It's hard to live a day-to-day existence, and people need to channel their energy somewhere.
Is there anywhere to go in the world now where you wouldn't have to listen to that stuff? Because I think there used to be, but I don't think there is anymore.
I mean, I think if you just say, you know what, I'm not going on
Yeah.
social media, that probably does help a lot, to be honest. I mean, it cuts off a channel of communication, so you might not see as much from your family and friends because people are
Right.
tuned into social media.
Right.
So that's some of the drawback, but also peace of mind. There's something beautiful about that. So you have that. I mean, I got off of Twitter because I just thought this whole thing is so toxic, and that's been good for me. So, you know.
What's the hot one? TikTok's the hot one now, isn't it?
TikTok is the hot one. And
Yeah.
I do like TikTok in that I can really train my algorithm. Like I said, it's Dancing with the Stars, it's cat videos.
Oh, is
and-
it?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
nice.
it's just like silly stuff. It's a lot of like TV and entertainment, which is fine because there's not a lot of anger there. It's, you know, I'm always like, when am I going to go on my walk in the morning and find 4 kittens and then bring them home? That's what my,
Yeah.
that's what my feed is. I love that.
Possibility. Yeah, I mean,
You should
that's
go to like China or Russia. You can find
Well,
all sorts of kittens there.
Oh, God, yes. No question about it. Yeah, I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying. And I just, you know, Catherine and I are together a lot. And, you know, if we go out, we always go out together with somebody and all the rest. I don't have any interest in people blasting me, and I don't want to blast anybody. Just
Yeah.
leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. It'll be great. Right?
Yeah, when people get a rise out of you, someone wrote a comment and tagged me this morning on something, and it was like a really stupid comment. You know, and then I was like, you know what, if I respond to this is going to be a 12,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
you know, back and forth thing. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to let their idiotic comment fly in the wind and ignore them because it's the best way to do it. And it was over Dancing with the Stars, too. So, again, it's like, why do I want to waste my emotional energy on a dumb comment? So,
No, I agree.
yeah.
And one tip, this might show you I've got a little, I don't know if it's a little bit or a lot of that stupidity in me. I you know, put my watch and my phone on the charger every night and all the rest of it. 3:00 this morning, I got an email or a text message from somebody, and of course my phone lights up and dings when I get a message. I'm like, oh my God! Woke me up at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh, did you not put it on Do Not Disturb?
I'm gonna have to from now. I just
Yeah.
didn't even think that anybody would ever do that.
Oh, they do. I'm kind of bad about that. I assume everyone has it on Do Not Disturb, and sometimes I will return something like late because a lot of my family's on the East Coast, and so
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
sometimes return a text late, and I just assume it's on Do Not Disturb at this point, but sometimes it's not.
That's when scheduling a text is handy because you can schedule them so it'll automatically send at like 8:00 in the morning or whatever.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, which
But
is a good
almost
option.
no one does that.
3:00 in the morning. Ding, bright.
Wake up.
Oh God, why me? But it was my mistake, so I must admit that I did it. And what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
So Palm Royale tonight. Any other really good things that I would love coming up?
Well, I love that I'm reading the comments right now. I love that people are actually watching Dancing with the Stars. Tom Bergeron came
Oh,
back
yeah.
last night
Oh,
to
did
the
he?
show. Yeah, so last night was the 20th anniversary celebration for the show.
Oh, wow.
And Tom Bergeron came back. He was a guest judge. And this was his first time returning to the ballroom after being fired after season 28. And I think it was a healing moment for, I think, a lot of people. He was fired by the old executive producer whom he
Right.
still talks about and hates, and, which is fine because that guy was ruining the show anyway.
Yeah.
And the current executive producer is the original executive producer, and he's the one that said, hey, come on back. And as Danelle said, yeah, Tom Bergeron is a class act. Yeah, I messaged with Tom this morning and just, just said it was so good to see you. And, he responded back. He's a very, very nice man, like old school broadcaster, that we don't see anymore. And you see him back and you realize, oh, we really do miss him. Alfonso Ribeiro is now the host along with Julianne Hough, and they're good, but nobody's Tom Bergeron.
So you said it's
great
the
guy.
20th anniversary, but it's the 28th season. So is there
the
no
30
off season?
No, it's it's the 34th season. The
34
show used to be
wow.
2 times a year. It's now just one
okay.
time a year. So the numbers
okay.
are off. It started in 2005.
Oh, so it was twice a year. So it was 6-month seasons?
Nope, it
Or
was
like-
3-month seasons. They
But
did
they just did 2 of them.
September to November, and then they used to do like February to April.
Huh.
So you don't have to freeze to death by going out your front door. That's good.
Well, in California, because it's
California,
shot
they're
in
fine.
California, right?
I'm just talking about watching it. Gives me something to do instead of freeze my ass off watching.
Oh,
it
in
front
winter,
door.
yeah, for sure.
No
But-
question about it.
Yeah, but there's no more spring season. It's just in the fall now. So
I used to have him, Tom Bergeron would come on the morning show over at KQ with me all the time. You could not meet a nicer guy, just a funny, entertaining, really, really nice guy, just a really good guy.
the best, honestly, the best. And I'll tell you, people, he responds to just about every message. He's
he
online
really?
a lot. He is. And he was like, this morning, he was like sobbing. He was so emotional over returning to the ballroom, which was really sweet. And I just said, hey, Tom, we are all crying with you. And hope you felt the love last night. And then he sent me a private message just thanking me. And I've done a lot of coverage with him over the years. So he is an absolute delight. And I miss him on our screen, to be honest. Like, I would
yeah.
love for him to
Oh,
be on
yeah.
another show. But he's kind of
So-
semi-retired at this point.
What is this guy, middle guy, what is his problem? I mean, why did he fire him?
Well, this is kind of interesting. So ahead of season 28, Tom sat down with that executive producer at the time. His name was Andrew Linares. And, they just had lunch and he's like, what do you want to see for the season? It was in the middle of we were coming up on a political season, and he just said, you know what, no politics. Let's not hire a political contestant. Because I just think that people need a 2-hour break. They just need to see dancing in the ballroom. Let's just keep that. And the executive producer's like, I 100% agree. And then he turned around and cast Sean Spicer.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And that
There you
became, and Tom was very clear. He's like, I didn't want to see a Democrat. I didn't want to see a Republican in the ballroom. I was not mad at Sean Spicer. Sean Spicer just took a job. That's fine. But from then on, Tom Bergeron and Aaron Andrews was the co-host, and that executive producer at the time, barely spoke the entire season. Tom said, it is the first time I ever cleaned out my dressing room at the end of the season. He's like, I knew they were going to fire me after
Oh,
that.
really?
That the executive producer. And in turn, which is funny, the executive producer that he was warring with got fired after season 30 because the show was tanking big
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
And that day that it happened, or that day that it was announced, Tom went on social media and said, karma is a bitch.
Well,
See, there you go.
Because you know what? It was true. The worst decision the show ever made was firing Tom Bergeron. He was
I
kind
agree.
of like the heart and soul of the show.
I haven't watched it since he left.
Yeah, Tyra Banks came in for a couple years, and that was not great.
Oh,
Alfonso
God.
is a much better decision and good to kind of carry on Tom's legacy. But again, there's only one Tom Bergeron.
I agree with you 100% on that. I think he's terrific. I've had him on many, many times on the radio, and he's just a really good guy.
He is a
know.
really good, salt of the earth, true New Englander. He's right around from my area where I grew up. So, yeah, as
Oh, is
Janelle
he?
said, Tyra was a disaster. Yeah, he's Tom is from Haverhill, Mass. And when I was a kid, Tom Bergeron had a local talk show called People Are Talking. So when
Oh,
I
yeah.
was homesick, which was all the time because I would always have strep throat, I would watch Tom Bergeron.
No, I understand that. He's like I said, he's a very talented guy. He's a nice guy. We need more guys like him. He's a really decent person. Right?
Yep, adore him.
All right, my dear. So you're going to be with us tomorrow?
Absolutely. And we can
Well,
talk.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to be here
With
tomorrow. I'm
who?
going to be on an
Yeah.
airplane. I forgot.
I'm going to be here. So, but Andy, you're going to be here?
yeah.
Okay, then I'll be here.
And if their
Maybe.
plane gets canceled, they'll be here too.
They might get canceled. You,
You
never know.
But safe
never
travels.
know.
Get to the airport early too, because TSA I know has been crazy.
You
Yeah.
got it. I will do it. Thank you.
Be safe.
I'll do it. Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. You gotten any messages or anything, Andy?
I just checked, and I have not.
This is one thing about knowing, and some of my best friends are professional comedians. They're just really good people. But counting on them to be on time or showing up at all, sometimes it's going to be interesting. That's all I have
We'll
to say.
see.
We'll see. We'll take a break. Be right back in a couple of minutes. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget, and now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Let's take a second to talk about my bank, North American Banking Company. As a business owner, you're always looking for opportunities to grow. And that's where North American Banking Company can help. Their business banking team offers tailored solutions, whether you're expanding your team, opening a new location, or upgrading equipment. Because they're locally owned, loan decisions are made right here in the Twin Cities, which means faster approvals, more flexibility to meet your needs. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit nabanco.com to learn more. We are back, and assuming since I don't see a picture, Nick hasn't called in yet.
No.
I sure hope he checked, because I left him a message this morning just reminding him he's supposed to be on today at 11 o'clock Central Time. So I don't know. But you know what?
Keep an eye out.
That's comedians, though. I will tell you that. Don't you
It
think?
is.
I mean, it just is what it is. I have nothing. Like I said, I love Nick Swartzen. He's a really, really good. Matter of fact, his whole family is they're really good friends of mine. They're nice people, no question about it. So hopefully Nick will show up, and if he doesn't, what the hell? What else is going on in the news, Andy? Anything good?
I don't know about the news. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of what we're doing in our lives that I can talk about.
Yeah, you probably personal stuff you don't want to talk too much about.
Well, I don't know. People like to hear about that sort of thing as
Well,
long
what
as
do you?
it's
Well,
interesting.
you have a son whose birthday is going to be celebrated on Saturday, right?
Yeah, I mean, his birthday was on the 7th, so he's
Right.
already 4, but we're doing a birthday party for him, so we'll see how that goes.
Why? What do you mean by that? He's going to get too wound up.
He might. You never know.
He's going to get too
Chilling
fired
out
up. about
now,
the
I
idea.
think. I think the peak of it was probably like 3.5. 3.5.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You know.
But that's pretty normal, isn't it? For young boys, 3 seems to be a tough year
Yes, I believe so.
because I think they're starting their cognitive, areas getting better and better, and so they're kind of understanding, but they're not really understanding, and it's just
That's
like
the thing is he's
Yeah.
smarter than he is emotionally mature.
Yes, absolutely.
So that causes problems, especially in places like school.
Mm-hmm.
He gets very bored and doesn't know what to do about it, so he ends up just like, being a
No, I
problem.
understand that. Andy, we should give our phone number, see if people want to call in. I like that.
We do not have a phone number.
Or we don't? They can't call in anywhere?
No,
Well, they can
we
hop
used to.
online. We used to. Why don't we now?
The whole Xfinity thing, it's been a problem.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
Yes, but you can still text in. The
Unfortunate.
text in number is still 612-431-0125.
So
And you
I
can
can't
also-
really. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Now, you can't see that, but if people want to join the YouTube live stream, you can always chat with us there, and that's how everyone can read what you're saying.
If I touch this, will it get bigger? Just touch the screen?
Touch it? What
I
are you
just
talking
answered
about?
my own question. Well, I've got all these things printed up, but they're so small I can't see them, from Margaret Brown and, A lot of people are posting messages, but they're so small I can't read them.
Well, what if I do this?
Well, that's a little bigger.
It is a little bigger.
Benson Tablet. Adios, Dave. Oh, it's Dave. Well, Dave had to leave early today, did he?
He always has to leave around that time.
I love the fact that he's been a cop for 1,000,000 years. He's no longer a cop, and now you can't ever find him. He's got too much to do. That's kind of weird.
I think he's got a grandkid that he's a newish
Oh, is that right?
grandkid,
Yeah.
I think. Right, Dave? I don't know. You can text in if you want to otherwise.
That's pretty cool.
Derek Dehart says, if you're flying Delta, they're good all the way through November 14th, apparently. Are you doing Delta?
Am I?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe we are.
Well, according to Derek, they're good for another 2 days. No delays, no cancellations. So
Thank God.
I don't know how he knows that, but that is what he says.
But that's also a problem. So I can get up there, but I might not be able to get back.
That
a
is
little-
true, because
that's a
the 14th,
possibility.
yeah, if they're only good through the 14th and you're going to be leaving on the 16th, then what can you do? But
Well,
I
we
mean,
can-
being stuck up here wouldn't be the worst thing. Although you're going to be leaving Jude down there, right?
Yes.
So that,
And
I guess,
Jude's
would be
very
kind of
ill.
a problem.
Yeah, it's an interesting time of year for this to be happening, and there's really no excuse for it to be happening. And that's, I will tell you, and it's not about Democrats and Republicans for me. It's about the current person doing their job. That would be really nice if we could just, count on the fact that I'd like to go home and see my grandson.
Well, the shutdown's over, right? So,
Is it officially over, or does it end tomorrow?
well, someone actually just texted in. Topic you can talk about: the government shutdown might be reopening today. So there you go.
They
There's
might reopen
serendipity
today.
for you. Apparently,
is there-
let's see.
Is there anywhere to look and see if it did happen or it's going to happen? Because I heard the same thing.
House returns to vote on ending the shutdown apparently 3 hours ago. So yes, if once Trump signs the bill, then the shutdown is over. And apparently the House already voted on it, so I think at this point it goes to Senate, right? Is it House and then Senate and then President? I think that's how it
Yeah,
works.
probably.
So the House passed it, and I think the House was the one that was tying everything up.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. I don't pay much attention to that, but like I said, you get these old-fashioned kind of politicians who like to beat people up and do it. Chuck, calm down. We're trying to get the population in a good spot here just before Thanksgiving and, New Year's and Christmas and all the other great holidays out there. Don't do this to the people now. What the hell's the matter with you? Right?
Yeah. Well, this is what happens when no one gets along ever.
But they don't, and they do it on purpose because they make a lot of money not getting along with other people.
Well, and a big part of it is the whole, what do you call it? Not the opposite of line items, like the pork bills.
Oh yeah,
And the
Yep.
budget is the same way. It's a single bill, and there's 10 trillion things in it. So if there's even one thing that one side doesn't agree on, then they're going to vote no, and it's going to cause a problem like this.
Yeah, why don't we? Here's an idea, and I never hear this anymore. Maybe they still say it, but I haven't heard it. Why don't you serve the people?
Oh, here we go.
What an idea.
The Senate approved it. The House is voting at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Central or Eastern?
Probably Eastern.
Tyre seems to know what he's talking about.
Tire.
So I guess we'll know by tomorrow morning. So if the shutdown's over, then but like Derek said, he said that the flights are going out. So there you go.
Yeah, so that is good news. And like I said, I got to be honest with you. Other than the Jude situation, if we're back in Minnesota for the winter, that's fine. Whatever.
Jeff
Right?
says, I heard there's a provision in the vote to ban THC-derived hemp. In the vote for the budget?
Why would they?
What does that have anything
What?
to do with the government? This is what I'm saying. Why is there so much crap in there?
That's exact. Somebody doesn't like geef.
Yeah, so it's like, why put that in the government budget? Make that a separate bill and then vote on that. It reminds me of there's a Simpsons episode where there's flights going over the Simpsons' house. Like somehow flights got redirected over their house. Mm-hmm. And they can't sleep because, airplanes are going right over their house. And somehow they get Krusty involved, and he goes to the Senate and tries to get a bill passed. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen this episode, but how they get it done. So they keep being like, we're going to introduce a bill, can make the flights stop going over the House, and no one will vote on it because no one gives a crap. So the way they managed to sneak it through is they staple it to another bill called the Flags for Orphans bill. And so
Flags
everyone,
for orphans.
yeah, and so of course everyone's going to vote yes on Flags for Orphans. So the guy's like, now voting on Flags for Orphans and airline rerouting bill, and everyone votes yes, and that's how they get the airline rerouted. And that is exactly how it works in real life. You staple what your pet issue is to another completely unrelated bill,
Right.
and hope that it just sneaks on through.
Yep, that's exactly what happens,
And it happens
unfortunately.
all the time. It's the worst.
I don't really understand it. Oh, by the way, for people who did tune in to listen to the show or watch the show when Nick Swardson is on, that happens a lot with comedians, and I don't get upset with them when they, and it's comedians for a very specific reason. And a lot of times when they don't show up, it's like, their flight didn't work or this or that, or they, Nick is a very, very good, he's one of my best friends, as a matter of fact. So the fact that he didn't come on the show, something went on. It's probably not all that big a deal, but it's just one of those deals when those guys get calls from their agents, they got to do what the agent tells them to do.
Well, he's in California, right?
Nick, yeah, I think so.
And he is a comedian, so it's 9 a.m. there, so he's probably still asleep.
Well, there is that. I wouldn't
That's
doubt that.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I mean, that's one thing about comedians. You can't get mad at them if they don't show up or they're late or whatever, because that life. Do you think people understand how tough it is to be a stand-up comedian on the road all the time?
Being on the road would be the worst.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, I found out throughout history of, befriending, comedians and actors and things like that, and they became my friends, I became their friends. It's a completely different world because they have to be available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They don't have there's not 1 hour where I can say, hey, just don't book. I suppose in advance you can do that. But those guys those men and women work on a very, very tough schedule because things pop up all the time. New stuff pops up all the time, and which is good for them because they can make a lot more money, but it does throw their schedule down the chute, unfortunately.
Yeah, so much travel. So much time away from your family and your friends,
Yeah.
and it's like, I don't know.
No question. Matter of
Let's
fact,
see. What about the $2,000 stimulus check Trump is promising? Do you think he will deliver? Personally,
money?
no.
Where's the money coming from?
He says that because of all the tariffs,
Oh, yeah.
that they've raised a whole
okay.
bunch of money, and the $2,000 is it's like the amount of money that they raised on the tariffs, and he's going to give it back to everyone or something like that.
Oh, he is?
I don't know. He said something to that effect, but he didn't say stimulus check. I think he said dividend or something like that.
A dividend?
So, I mean, that could take the form of a tax break. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Very good point.
I don't know. He says a lot of things.
Is it $2,000 per family or person?
He said per person, I think.
So it's like $4,000 per household? Man, that's a lot of
Well,
money.
let's see. He did say, yes, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people. Those are the exact words he said.
So what's high income?
He didn't say. He just said
So high income people are not
high-income
going to get
people.
any money at all?
Right.
Okay.
But, I mean, high income could mean $200,000 or it could mean $50 million.
Right, exactly.
So who
We'll
knows?
see how it works. We'll see how it all works out, no question
I know
about
it'd be
that.
nice to get $2,000, but
Well,
I
you
don't
get
know.
$4,000. You and your lovely wife would get $2,000 apiece.
Yeah, exactly. He said the funds would come from trillions of dollars in tariff revenue.
Yeah, trillions of dollars. Our government, well, all governments, not just our governments, every government worldwide, they hide money like there is no tomorrow. You don't even know they're doing it. And all of a
Yep.
sudden the money's just gone. So what happened? Oh, well, we never got that money. What do you mean? It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's really unfortunate they do things like that because it does harm some people. There are actually, and I know that on TV you hear a different tone, but there are people who actually need help and they need some money and they need to improve their health with that money. That'd be nice if we still paid attention to that kind of thing. Some people do, but most people don't, right?
Well, let's see here. Looks like as of August 2025, the U.S. has collected $142 billion in tariff revenue just this year.
Tariff revenue.
Just tariff revenue, $142 billion. So, I mean, Population of America. I mean, I'm assuming this won't go to children.
Probably not.
Adult
Just mom and
population
dad.
of America. What would that be? Like
Right.
250 million or something like that?
Yeah.
263 million. So, got your 263 million people. They each get a $2,000 check. Let me just put some commas in here so it becomes a readable number. You got $526 billion.
So they do have the money easily.
I mean, not from the tariff revenue.
Well, I thought the tariff revenue was in the trillions.
He said it's trillions, but I mean, I think that the idea is that it's
Okay, well,
going
there
to
you
be trillions by
Yeah.
the time that he's done being president, which is possible. If they,
Yeah,
let's see,
3 more
estimated
years.
estimates project that they could be about $2.5 trillion through 2034, as long as they stay in place.
$2.5 trillion.
So yeah, I mean,
A lot
there
of money.
you go. Potentially trillions of dollars, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see how it all works out. Why don't we take a break? Be right back in a couple minutes. Andy and I are just kind of holding down the fort. And again,
We are
like I
doing
said,
that.
it's not a surprise whenever an actor or a comedian does not make it because they get called things at the last minute. So it's not like I'm pissed off at Nick or anything. If he, there are other things that happen. We'll try to get him back. The best time to have people on is when they're in town.
That is very true.
Yeah, when they're actually in Minneapolis and St. Paul, it's a much better time to book them. So, but I'll talk to Nick, tonight, tomorrow, over the weekend, whatever, and we'll figure out a time where we can actually, maybe we could pre-record something,
Yeah.
if he's working every minute of the day. We try to get something, we try to get something worked out, right?
I think so.
We shall take a break, be right back in a couple minutes. Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Pete Wolf, owner of Robinson Rubber of Robbinsdale.
I partnered with North American Banking Company because I was able to talk to the president, and I know they have my back. They are much easier to talk to than those larger banks. The openness and flexibility has been the best part of banking with North American Banking Company. They understand small to medium businesses. No matter what part of the bank I am working with, North American Banking Company has the latest technology and friendly staff. I would absolutely recommend North American Banking Company to any of my closest colleagues if they want to have peace of mind in their business.
So why not bank where I bank, with my friends at North American Banking Company? To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabankco.com. That's nabankco.com, or do what I do and stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is the place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care-focused facility that has a full nursing team always staffed within the building, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, and they're a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends. And again, I've known them for 2 generations. They are my friends. My friends at Wellshire, as a matter of fact. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. We're rocking out, man. That's all I know.
We are.
Any comments popping up? Because like I said, I can't read it really. It's too small.
People are just talking about the whole government waste and that sort of thing, and a lot of people don't want $2,000 to be given to everyone. They want it to go toward like government debt and that sort of thing.
Well, that would be good. Yes, paying off debt is always a good thing. No question
Yeah.
about that.
I mean, if you got $2 trillion, you could put a pretty big dent in our government debt.
Well, and I will
Which
tell
is,
you what.
let's see. Government debt right now is $38 trillion. So never mind, that's not really that big of a dent, but still.
Oh, 38 trillion.
Yep.
Where is it?
That is a good question. There's this. Oh yeah, here we go. The U.S. National Debt Clock. It's a very good.
Can you put it up on the screen?
I mean, do you want it up on screen?
Probably not. It's
Let's
just,
see. Let's
Well, why don't you
present
just read
the.
what it's saying?
Let's present the U.S. debt clock. Well, it's a lot of information, I can tell you that much.
Oh, is it?
Let's see. Here we go. Debt clock.
Okay, debt clock. Oh my God, that's
so
a
you got
clock.
the U.S. The national debt up in the top left. You can see it's going up by about $100,000 every, what, 3 seconds or so?
Yeah, seems like it.
You got the federal spending over here. Can you see my mouse when I do this?
Yep. Oh no, I cannot. No, I can't see your mouse. I just see that you're clicking. Oh, I can see it when you go up there. Now I can see it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. It's just a white dot. It's not an arrow. It's just a white dot.
Right. So, yeah, you got the U.S., that's this federal spending, and then the deficit and the debt per citizen. So the debt per citizen is $111,000, which... the debt per taxpayer, though, is $328,000. So in order to pay it off, we would have to, everyone in America who pays tax would have to spend $328,000.
So Mom and I'd have to cough up $640,000.
Yep.
640 grand. Here, come on. Let me write you a check today.
Debt, you got credit card. Yeah, so this is the money going out of the United States right now.
Why? How did we get so deeply? What is that? Well, it's World War I, and then World War II, and then Vietnam, and then there was Korea, and then why aren't we paying our debt off? I don't understand it.
The thing is, pretty much every country is like this.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
Let's see, debt to GDP ratio, which is the worst. Debt to GDP ratio is basically like, how bad your state is. Because, if you make $1 trillion a second and you owe someone $1 trillion, then you don't really owe them anything because you can just make it.
There is
Back
that.
in a second. Let's see. Japan, Singapore, Greece, Italy, and the United States are all in the United States is at 125% of our debt to GDP. So that means that we owe 125% of what we're worth. So it's like, let's say your net worth is $100,000. That would mean you owe someone $125,000. So that means you're basically $25,000 in the hole.
No question.
So America's 25% in the hole right now, but I mean, France is 116%. Like I said, Italy is 136. Japan is 229.
Oh.
So yeah, it's right now, for some reason, it is pretty common for countries to be over 100% of their GDP in debt.
Isn't that amazing?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at a map here, and it's basically every first world country is at least 100%.
Yeah, because they're the ones paying for everything, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That's a big part of the problem.
I suppose that is true. Well, our money has been mismanaged for a couple hundred years, unfortunately. I mean, and then it's every country in the world, for Christ's sake. Look at there are people literally saying that any day now you're going to see Russia collapse.
They've been saying that for 40 years.
Well, I know they have. That's very, very true.
I don't know if I believe it.
But they're thinking that they don't have much longer because when China wants to take them out, they're going to take them out, I guess. That's what people are saying anyway. I don't know anything about that. Do you know anything about that stuff?
I don't know. I feel like if China wanted to do anything, they would probably join forces with Russia. Because that's the whole BRICS thing, BRICS.
Yeah.
I think it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and Singapore, maybe? Mm-hmm. The idea being that right now the big economic powerhouse is the West. It's mostly European countries and America and that sort of thing.
Yep.
But then you got BRICS, which is it's an economic alliance, at least a theoretical one, which is all those countries. And if they all banded together, then yeah, they could definitely become much more important than what we got right now.
Would you read what TFFI says? Because I can kind of see it, but I can't see it well enough to read. Alexander Fraser Tyler. You see that?
Whatever that is.
Oh, you see that?
Democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the voters discover that they can vote themselves largesse from the public treasury.
There you go.
Well, it's about right.
I might start crying, for Christ's sake. Mm-hmm. It's that bad. I mean, think about that.
Tom Brady's going to be at the Mall of America, though, so that's
Tom Brady's going to be at the Mall of America today?
This weekend.
Oh, is he? Oh, I'm wondering if he's
going to
want to come
town?
over. Yeah, he's probably going to want to come over to the house and hang out. Tommy B to Tommy B, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Just give him a call.
No question about it. There's a young man that's made a lot of money. He's rather
A
wealthy.
little bit. He's got some, and he's got a rich wife, right? Isn't he the one who married to the model or whatever she is?
I think they got divorced. You might want to look
Did
that
they?
up. I think they did, but I'm not sure if they did or not.
Giselle Bündchen.
Bunchen?
Oh yeah, they did. They got divorced 3 years ago. Never mind.
3 years ago, yeah.
That's
And
how much attention I pay.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you compare her net worth to his net worth? Because
Yeah,
I think she made a
believe-
hell of a lot more money than he did.
Believe she's got some money.
She got a lot of money, no doubt
Net
about it.
worth of Giselle is about 400 million. Tom Brady is 250 million.
Oh, only 650 million between the two of them.
And that's the thing. It's like, boo-hoo, I'm only worth $250 million.
I have a question for everybody, and Andy, you can comment on the show, and everybody else, you can send a message in. But it's like, if you were worth $250 million, would anybody ever find you again?
That's the thing. It's like, what would I could do whatever I wanted, and
You'd
I
have
don't
to
want to do a
disappear,
lot.
though. You would have to disappear if people knew you had that much money.
Well, that's what Kristyn was talking about. It's like once you
Yeah.
become that big, you have to live behind bars, and you have to have private security, and you can't like just be you can't be a person. Like Tom Brady, can you imagine him just like going to Applebee's one day?
It's pretty.
He can't do that sort of thing.
No,
It's like
God,
it's not
no.
that I'm like itching to go to Applebee's all the time, but you know, it's nice to have the option. But if
No,
you're
I
someone
understand
like that, it's like you either have to go to that kind of restaurant where everyone is famous, so you don't matter that much,
One of the
or
big, yeah.
you have to walk around with armed guards everywhere you go. And I would hate that lifestyle so much.
You know, it's so amazing. You look at it, you know, like these big stars that make a lot of money and all the rest of it. Sometimes they just die. Other times people kill them because, well, I mean, a good example of that, I believe Elvis Presley died at 42 years old, didn't he? I think it was somewhere in that area anyway. He was only about,
It was 42.
yeah, he was 42 years old and
So,
he died.
yes.
Multi-millionaire. I don't think he was a billionaire, but he was very, very wealthy.
I don't think billionaires existed back then.
And they probably didn't. Yeah, I think you're probably right. But yeah, Elvis Presley died at 42 years old because I think having that much fame where everyone knows who you are, I don't know if you could live. Can you even live? Every person on earth
I
knows
couldn't.
who I am.
I could not live like that.
I don't think I could either. That's got to be, well, it killed him, 42 years old.
Yep.
Unfortunately, a lot of Michael Jackson, same situation. He died. He was, I think, he was under 50, wasn't he? I
Michael
think
Jackson.
He might have been 50.
Well, he had his own thing going. Oh, he was 50.
Yeah, he's 50 years old, right?
Yes, and yeah, his cause of death, he took propofol to fall asleep at night.
Yeah, right.
And propofol, for those who don't know, is what they give you when you go into surgery. And just a little bit too much will make you stop breathing forever.
Oh, that's
And he was
great
taking
news.
it nightly to go to
Oh.
sleep. And I mean, if your sleep is so bad that you need anesthesia just to
Yep.
fall asleep every night, something's going on in your life.
Yeah, no question about it. He had. I never had a chance to meet him. One of those situations. We drove by. I never went into Graceland, but we drove by it once, and there are constantly people blocking the front gate. And by block, I mean they're just kind of looking through the gate to look at the. What's the name of that mansion again?
Which mansion?
His Elvis Presley's mansion. What the hell was it called? again?
Graceland?
Graceland. There you
Yes.
go. Very good. Yeah, there. I guess. Well, at the time we drove by, there were probably about 50 people looking through the fence and the front gate just to see where Elvis lived because it wasn't open yet. At that time of the day. To have that much fame and notoriety has got to be a huge burden on your life, don't you think?
I would say it's probably one of the worst fates imaginable, which is
Yeah.
probably an interesting thing to say to a lot of people, but I don't
Since
know.
they brought it on themselves, yeah, I suppose
Well, and
it
it's
is,
like I think
probably.
most people, if you ask them if they wanted to be famous, like Michael Jackson level famous, they'd probably say yes.
They probably
but-
would.
But I don't know. I'm the kind of person who would hate it, though.
Well, you experienced it. That was the one thing that people, when we lived out in Dayton on the farm, the show, the KQ Morning Show, hit a 42 share, something like that. It was the highest rated morning
Yeah.
show in America.
Oh, yeah. I remember every year when I went to school, every kid found out who I was and they wanted to talk to me about it. And I was like, I don't listen to that or anything. So,
So I don't know.
I mean, for
what
one,
to
I'm a
tell you.
kid.
Yes,
I'm a
exactly.
kid. And for two, I don't really wake up early. So it's, when I was going to school, I would literally wake up 5 minutes before school. I would wake up. I
Yeah.
slept in my clothes because I didn't want to have to get ready for school. So I would put my clothes on and I would fall asleep. And then Mom would be like, it's time for school. And I would just like jump out of bed and go to school.
Time to go.
That's how much I
No,
hated
you're right.
waking up early.
No, I understand that. Do you remember the last Halloween there that you would have been how old? You would have been, God, when did we move into
The last
into
one in
Golden
Dayton,
Valley?
I would have
Yeah,
been
last one in Dayton.
18-ish.
You'd have been 18?
18 or maybe 19.
So were you standing out front of the house? Because we had 2 cop cars, remember that? That last year in
I thought that
In
was
that house.
earlier.
or was it earlier? It wasn't the last year. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it was a couple of years before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had 2 squad cars in front of the house for trick or treaters and all the rest of it. And also, everywhere I went that day, I had an armed guard with me. And I always went, what is that all about? I said, Tom, you got a very highly rated show. You know what that means? I said, well, yeah, the show is successful. He goes, yeah, it means something else too. It means that every guy who hates you listens to your show just so he can hate you more.
Yep.
That's like, oh, great.
I don't
And
know
then I
how
did
someone
some-
like Donald Trump, like,
Oh, God.
he must just be paranoid 24 hours a day.
You would think,
you've
yeah.
had at least two people making a very direct attempt on his life,
Yep.
and you've got 100 million people in America who are just like constantly fuming that he exists,
That's
and every
true.
single thing he does is the worst thing in the world, and they're all constantly wishing for him to be dead. It's like, how are you not just like looking around every corner and jumping at every blow of the wind at that point?
I know.
Or do you just have to be like so into yourself that you just feel invincible and you just don't care? It's like, oh, I can never die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Donald Trump.
But the other thing is the money part of it. I am very wealthy. I'll be fine.
If
a
you
lot of people
offered
have
me
money.
$1 billion to switch places with Donald Trump, hell no. There's no
I don't.
way.
I would agree.
If you
I would
offered
not.
me $1 quadrillion, then I would say yes, because then I could just
Quadrillion.
I could just build my own planet or something like that, and no one would ever have to find me.
Well, that's true.
The $1 quadrillion, I could colonize the moon.
Sure.
So
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Yeah, I would never ever want to be him.
Oh, before you go to break, I want to mention one thing that Fawny and Sage and Alex's whole family, did they send you the Northern Lights from yesterday?
No.
Oh, I thought they said they were going to. You should look on your phone to make sure they didn't because they were going
They
to
might have
do
put it on social media or something.
It was spectacularly beautiful. They were all out watching it the whole night and all the rest of it. Well,
Yeah,
not
we
the
didn't
whole
get the
night, but I mean.
we
you know,
didn't get the
first-
chance because we had to put the kids to bed.
Yeah.
And then we were just so tired that we just like went to bed.
Yeah, I could see
So
that.
unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Northern Lights.
Oh my God, they were spectacularly beautiful. I mean, I don't think, I've only seen the picture too. It was Alex's family that saw it. They're in person looking up at it in the sky. It was spectacularly beautiful. I mean, unbelievable. What causes that?
I've looked it up before. It's something
Yeah.
like electromagnetic radiation in the air, making the air glow because of the way it is. Mm-hmm. I think it might be ionized. I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
Maybe that's what
actually
it is.
quite complex how it happens, and there's a
Very
reason it
cool.
only happens up in the north. Mm-hmm. Well, there is the south. There's the southern lights, but obviously in America we don't give a crap about those.
I guess not.
I think they're called the Aurora Australis
Borealis.
or something like
oh,
that.
yeah, Australis. Yeah.
Borealis would be the up north one.
The up north one, yep.
Let's see, Southern Lights. They are called, the Aurora Australis. So they got their own versions. So something about being very close to the poles and the way that the magnetosphere works. Mm-hmm. It just causes all sorts of crazy stuff going on.
Why don't we take a break, come back, and wrap things up right after this, Andrew?
We can do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, family owned since 1933 in historic Northeast Minneapolis, serving steaks, prime rib, chops, fresh fish, and seafood to generations of Minnesotans. The holiday season is just around the corner, and there is no better time to celebrate at Jack's. Private company parties, traditional family dinners, old friends, or even a date night after shopping, Jack's is extra special. It always has been in my life. I love Jack's. Just before Thanksgiving, all the holiday lights and decorations will be in place and ready for your dining experience. Don't forget the special events coming up. Jack's annual Hunter's Dinner on November 4th. Whoops, I better cross that one off. That was a couple of weeks ago. They have Thanksgiving, though. That's the one I should be talking about. They have a Thanksgiving dinner coming up. They have Breakfast with Santa on December 6th, 13th, and 20th. The Holiday Buffet Brunch on December 21st. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day celebrations. Visit jackscafe.com for all the latest updates and for making reservations. You can't get enough Tom Bernard podcast? Looking for a vessel to contain your beverages? Perhaps a hat or a hoodie to keep you warm in the cold months and looking to cool in the warm months? We've even got luggage with our logo on it. So you can show people overseas what they're missing out on. If any of this sounds like your kind of thing, simply head over to tombernardpodcast.com, click on the merch button, and shop away. What's Moby got up there? Moby Pete. We were in the clouds last night, but the lights were still pretty good at 4 o'clock this morning. Oh, so the lights were at 4 o'clock this morning. That must have been a great experience there, honest to God, Moby.
They've been saying in the chat that the aurora is still going to be tonight. It's going to be going tonight, and it's going to be apparently better.
Oh, really?
Tonight. So
I mean, it was spectacular. I didn't see it, but I saw the pictures that Alex's family took. Really, really nice. Beautiful, as a matter of fact.
See. Will there still be northern lights tonight? Here's a northern lights forecast. Here we go. Let's see what space.com
We got it.
thinks. Of course, it's very, very large and long. So the day is the 12th.
No,
Looks
no. Is it the 12th?
like
Oh,
it.
is, yeah,
You
yeah.
might get another great chance tonight, apparently.
That would be great.
So they're thinking, yes, there's going to be another geomagnetic storm. So it might happen.
Oh, there
We'll
is?
see.
Okay.
And it could be even stronger. So, hey, if you missed him last night like we did, give it a look.
We'll have to do it, yeah, because I didn't see him live. I only saw him. So can the whole United States see it?
No. I
wouldn't
saw a
think so,
map.
yeah.
It's something like the top half of the U.S. can see it, or could see the ones last night.
Yeah. So I couldn't have seen it anyway.
No, you could not have seen it. And the farther north you are, the stronger they are, I believe.
Right. All right, Andrew, any closing words?
Closing words, huh? Well, we can give the update on the podcast, like the fact
Love
that
it.
you and Mom will most likely not be on tomorrow.
Yeah, it all depends on the flight situation. It's really, really screwed up.
But from what
we'll see.
I understand, you should be good to go.
We're coming back for Ethan and my birthday.
So
Even though it
you're
was
going to
last
be in
week.
studio on Friday then, though?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So
what I
tomorrow,
understand.
I'm going to be doing a show. It'll be me. Kristyn will be on.
Oh,
Mike
good.
Bryant just confirmed that he'll do it. So
Good,
he'll be on
excellent.
as well. And then we
Love
got,
it.
of course, Brittany, and we got a guest. So should have plenty of people to do a show.
Well, there's another comedian booked for tomorrow. Is that still happening?
He is going to be on next week on Wednesday, I think.
Oh,
Yes,
next
next
week.
Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he'll be on the 19th. But we have someone whose name I don't recognize on the calendar. I'm sure I booked him, but,
It all works out in the end.
I book so many people. Half the time I'm like, oh, here we go. Jeff from Woodbury sent in a view.
Ooh,
His
Northern
view.
Lights.
Let's see. Download that. Put it up on the stream. Image file. Here is Jeff's view last night.
See, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that
Red
amazing?
and green. Just in
Yep.
time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas, you got
except
your
not.
red and green. What the hell? All right, Andrew, we will not talk to you tomorrow, but I will see you on Friday.
Yes, you'll be off tomorrow, and then you'll be on Friday. And then people have been asking what the deal is for Thanksgiving week. I think we talked about this yesterday, but not everyone listens to every second of the podcast.
Well, that's
obviously.
a best of week always, yeah.
Yes, 24th through the 28th, no shows. I'm going to be putting up lost episodes that week.
Yeah, Lost Episode's a great idea.
So there's
'Cause
still,
people-
unless you've been listening for the past 13 years, there's still new stuff ready for you that week.
I love it. All right, Andrew, we will talk to you on Friday. See you on
Yep.
Friday.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.